Despite being in a relationship, you feel as though your instincts is off, letting you know that the circumstances are. It's odd that when you inquire, she is so reserved. Inquiries concerning her history or informally mention the names of additional men in discussion. If you're seeking a trustworthy partnership, you could be slipping into a trap, but I can assist you. You will now discover that you avoided that today. To find out if she's had several Saxthul, these 10 indicators can help you, partners. Direct hints concerning the nature of her existence, as in the past. Keep in mind that it's not about judgment, but about determining what's right. Someone who refuses to play with your feels and is prepared for a long-term relationship. Relationship endures until the very end of the video and determine its value. Establishing a connection with this woman, or if you ought to end your relationship with her, as the earliest indication she feels as quickly as possible, extremely at ease in intimate physical contact. The first private moment you shared with her was, yes, you are more nervous than amazing, anticipated, but it ended up being suddenly intense. She could feel extremely closeness on a physical level, calm and confident when engaging in direct contact, which would suggest that she's had numerous earlier experiences. Let me clarify if you're unclear. Instead of you making the first explanation, move. If she takes the initiative like an expert, that may indicate that she has gone through. She isn't afraid to give hugs and kisses, but is amenable to more sophisticated or even unconventional actions that include everything. If your gut tells you to, you offer. She has a great deal of experience, very close physical contact, which could be a warning not to ignore, but don't draw hasty conclusions. Considering that she may be more articulate and adept in bed, therefore it's worth considering other indicators that she's a compatible partner. The second clue she avoids for you: sentimental intimacy with a man, regardless of how he is emotionally strong. Defenseless and looks for a companion to help, that deprive a spiritual bond, and emotional assistance is crucial in partnerships, since they assist couples in obtaining together during difficult times. But what if your significant other doesn't reply to your need for a woman's emotional connection, who has frequently had numerous Saxthul relationships, exhibits such conduct, and stays away from sentimental? How can you determine her level of closeness? She stays away from emotional intimacy, genuinely eschewing emotional contact if you are attempting to have a profound dialogue, and she appears to favor light conversation, swiftly shifts the topic. She refrains from talking about any emotions. She might be staying away from emotional contact. If you feel as though your work is in vain, it's time to stop attempting. But this might also be an indication if she has been or is more reserved, already experienced emotional distress. Perhaps it would be worthwhile to give her some another time before deciding. Her third indication is ambiguous or unreliable reports are a warning indication that she might have experienced several Saxthul inconsistencies with previous partners in her tales following months spent together. If you're still unable to identify that she has discussed her past in detail and that her information is ambiguous or conflicting, that would indicate, for instance, that she may one day share a story with you, and another of these, erratic, she has openly discussed her past. Can include bringing up multiple names of guys discussing a long-term ex and adding that she has never experienced serious partnerships, or explaining she shared her hobbies with a former partner who isn't compatible with her present interests. It's crucial to keep in mind that not everyone enjoys digging. Some people may re-establish previous relationships, would rather concentrate on the here and now with you. But if her ambiguity or you feel uncertain when there are contradictions, if dubious, it's worth carefully locating. Find out what you can do in this circumstance. What are your options in this case? Talk to her in a serious manner. about it and request that she explain her past. If she's really curious about the relationship, her response will be greater, more fulfilling than what she says if she opens up truthfully and covers the gaps with clarity and warmth are positive indicators. However, if she keeps providing contradicting reports, which could indicate that you ought to end things with her before she begins to manipulate your emotions. Don't forget to take your time creating such relationship decisions. Call for a mix of time and open interaction. Wait a sufficient amount of time to see if her tale grows increasingly ambiguous with time, or if she starts to talk more explicitly about her past. Once she gains your trust, the fourth, that demand the intensity of her emotions, she invests time evaluating herself to other people. You the right to inquire as to why, even following a serious discussion about this subject. If she continues to engage in these shallow discussions, demonstrate that it gives you a sense of insecurity, and she should cease. If not, it's preferable to split up before it's too late to. When making a choice, keep in mind that people are more worried regarding appearance. Thus, if she acts in this way, but you know her past well, only a portion of her character, and she must accept herself for who she is. She is unwilling to talk about sexual health. 8. She has no desire to talk about sexual health, and sex can be uncomfortable, but it's a really crucial subject, particularly in relation to regarding sexual health. It's crucial for every couple should talk about this because it guarantees that each partner is in agreement with safe sexual procedures and make room for open discussing their sexual desires and requires. But what if she doesn't show up? Desire to talk about sexual health. This could indicate that she is concealing anything, and you have to speculate as to what it is. Perhaps it's her disinterest in talking about sexual health could be connected. May's history of having several partners indicate that she is more likely to getting sexually transmitted infections, as well as her ability to transfer them to you, could lead to her steer clear of discussions about this subject. Additionally, she might not desire to be assessed based on her prior sexual experience or for the form of birth control she employs. But talking about sexual health is important to both sides, and it can also provide you with more precise clues regarding whether she's previously had a lot of partners or not. Consequently, it is preferable to tackle this issue in a straightforward and understandable manner that such subjects must be covered. Otherwise, the partnership cannot. If she begins but becomes afraid, keep going. She refuses to tell her friends about you addressing your inquiries. It could be a positive indication, but if she begins to subsequently becomes defensive and provides evasive responses, as things get more complicated, it is simpler for you to make the challenging choice to terminate the relationship. 9. She doesn't want to introduce herself to you. Getting together with your partner's buddies is a crucial stage, since it's a chance to establish a connection with the significant individuals in her life and be presented to her social network. But what if your spouse is hesitant or stays away from presenting her pals to you? She might continuously make excuses or alter the. When you bring up this topic, it's an extremely clear indication that she might be keeping something significant from you. While a woman has a sincere connection with, she will like to present you to all, but if there's a chance that there could be a serious discovery that will attempt to keep you from meeting her. Companions. She might worry about a pal who is aware of her background, which might expose her sexual background, or she might have experienced a connection to one of these pals that she is unwilling to discuss with you. Therefore, even if you inquire about her pals, she jokingly shifts the topic or refuses to speak, which could be confusing to you. May make you feel uncomfortable, as though she doesn't think you're significant enough to discuss her friends in whatever way she can. defended her decision to keep her hidden. Perhaps you can't let this happen, buddies. Keep talking. Maybe directly will assist you with a few of her buddies, better comprehend her true identity, or it's worthwhile to speak with her directly about this. Discussion might ascertain whether the relationship persists or reaches an. Lastly, her top priorities are: you are not included in her changing priorities, altering and leaving you out as we begin. Our partner turns into one of the most significant individuals in our lives. They take precedence, which is how psychology. So if she forces you to feel left out, or that her priorities aren't comprise you, and you consistently remain at the bottom of her list of things to do, it only indicates that there are further individuals who draw her attention, even though it might. It appears at times that she has legitimate explanations for her decision to rearrange her priorities. That is not usually true. For instance, she might begin using all of her leisure time with new acquaintances, disregarding the plans you two made jointly or paid extra. Focus on pastimes that bring you joy far away. This will provide you with being aware of whether her priorities are sincere, or if you simply aren't her top priority right now. If you observe additional indicators in addition to this, then it becomes clear that she had a lot of prior sexual partners. Keep in mind that it's not about passing judgment on her. But if you can, whether it's too much for you, accept it or not, then it's time to bid you farewell forever. Make snap judgments. If you observe some indications that there might always be another explanation, I suggest spend some time getting to know her. Improve and determine whether she can be a good companion for you simultaneously or not. Never accept anything less than what you deserve. If you want a long-term relationship with a strong bond. Never give someone a chance who is just having fun. Keep in mind that you are in the end, we have witnessed a guy of great value. The being with someone in which your gut tells you something is, errors can be. This handbook describes indications of discomfort. Things could suggest that your spouse has had several previous sexual partners. Assisting in resolving your questions and making knowledgeable choices on the continuation of the link between these indicators when combined, give a thorough description of her conduct and possible repercussions for your partnership. First and foremost, consider if she is overly at ease with physical intimacy right from the start, which could also be a sign of prior experience. Observe whether she shuns emotional intimacy, or if accounts of her past are ambiguous, or these behaviors may indicate inconsistencies. That she is concealing significant aspects of another significant indication in her life is many last-minute adjustments to the plan, particularly if the justifications are ambiguous. It would suggest that you're not of importance if she frequently compares you to your ex-partners. This could make you less self-worth and demonstrate that she is still connected to the past. Relationships also take note of her, in conclusion, conduct on her phone. If she conceals her gadget or refrains from utilizing it in your presence, she might be concealing something. Overly preoccupied with her beauty or yours may also serve as a sign. Displaying a shallow focus brought by earlier partnerships, she is another important factor. Unwillingness to talk about sexual health, which could indicate that she is concealing diseases or information regarding her sexual. Additionally, don't disregard history if she doesn't want to meet you. Friends, as this could suggest that there are elements of her history that she would prefer not to reveal. And lastly, if her priorities have evolved and you feel left out, would suggest that other individuals are still keeping her interest in the end all. These indicators need to be closely thoughtful and refrain from acting hurriedly. Conclusions. Relationships are complicated and demand candor and openness communication. If a large number of these indicators are, it's crucial to have frank present. discussions to have a deeper understanding, comprehend her background and goals. The best. Most importantly, avoid settling. Find a companion for less than you deserve, who is interested in committed partnerships and always honors your feelings. Keep in mind that you are a great person. Respect and merit someone who recognizes and values the fact that I genuinely hope that this communication was useful. I appreciate you seeing the video. Final step in your quest for a healthy and genuine partnerships are deserving of appreciation if you found the material enjoyable. Remember to subscribe and like our channel for more insightful guidance. Post a remark with the words, "I deserve better proof that you succeeded so far and are working to construct genuine and enduring connections." This was the Stoicism, your trusty companion. I also suggest viewing the Hub channel. These two videos